Hi everybody, this is the story of two American families, one from Jackson, Mississippi and one from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, who go on vacation together in Ireland. Our goal is to see the beauty of Ireland, but also see some things that are off the beaten path. We meet in Atlanta, and our first stop, we fly into Dublin. We'll travel from Dublin all the way through South Ireland, the Ring of Kerry, back up to Galway, and then back over to Dublin. We only have 7 days here, so let's get started. We're here in Atlanta at the Atlanta airport, about to board for Ireland. And this is my sister, and this is JoJo, and we're going to lead you guys through a tour of Ireland this week. This is JoJo. JoJo's going to be helpful this week, but we look forward to sharing our adventure with you. Bye, or whatever it is in our terms. Our first stop was to exchange some cash for some euros. Never underestimate the math involved in that.
So as soon as you get off the plane, you go through customs here in Dublin. Okay. Going through customs was pretty easy. The whole process took about 10 minutes. There was a good line, but they seem to have it pretty much together here. And it's September here, by the way, so Labor Day weekend. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not, because they just assumed we were here on vacation, and we are. So here's our rental car. Not too bad. We just can't figure out which side to get in to drive.
I would say go this way.
All right, so we have the car and we can't figure out really what to do. Our first meal, not half bad. Here's a Caesar with fried chicken, a burger with chips, not fries, but chips. And this looks like a yummy thing right here.
Chicken, fried eggs, potatoes.
Yummy. This is chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles. And chicken and waffles. So, nice place. Our first place did not disappoint. After lunch, we are just going to kind of walk around and go try to find Trinity College, which is about a mile from here, because everybody tells us to go see the library. So we're going to do that in our afternoon, because this will be our only chance to really see Dublin, because we're staying with a friend tonight and heading out first thing in the morning for the south of Ireland.
We're over here, look.
So we're on the campus, and we're not able to get into the old library because they were all sold out of tickets. So we're gonna have to plan this out later in the trip, or we just may not be able to do it because everything is sold out. We're headed to St. Patrick's Cathedral, which is one of the prettiest and oldest, definitely in the country, maybe even in Europe, not really sure. So maybe I can tell y'all later on this video. Here we are, we're ascending on it now, and it is at this across the street, and you can see right there, so you can see how big and magnificent it is. We're in St. Patrick's Cathedral, and I can't wait to read the brochure, and I'm absolutely already loving this because I'm hearing a pipe organ. So let's go down here and check out and see what's going on down here. I'm guessing it's going to be a mass. We're coming in at the very end of the day, so we only have 30 minutes, so we can't really hang out a whole lot here, but I'm gonna walk and get as close as I can to see.
We have a friend who lives in Dublin, so after our day in Dublin, we go to her house, and she takes us to the most fun little pub that has the best food and some great live music. And so I get my courage up. I play in a band here, so I get my courage up, and I walk up to the band, and they kind of look at me a little funny and ask them if I can play. And it turns out to be one of the most fun nights I've ever had.
After a good night's rest in Dublin, we get up and we take our next leg of the trip down to Kilkenny and then end up in Cork for the evening, where we will spend one night.
On the way from Cork, we decided to pull over, and my sister is big into geocaching. So we found one in this little town called Urlingford maybe. I'll post it. And she's got the clue, so I'm really glad we did this because this is such a cute little town, little bedroom community. It looks like, see, check that out. How cool is that? So she's finding her clue. Now we're about to tour Kilkenny Castle. Parking was pretty easy. We parked right on the street, but you do have to pay for parking. And according to a local, they're pretty tough and pretty strict on that. So if you do come to this, don't try to just go ahead and pay the equivalent of $1.50. So a word about the weather today. So it's September, and we all have our rain gear on, but it's not miserable considering that where we're from in Jackson, Mississippi, it's probably mid-90s. So this is a welcome break. It's not terrible, as you can see. We just have our rain gear on and some tennis shoes and pants, but it's definitely not the worst conditions at all.
The castle in Kilkenny was really magnificent. It was absolutely beautiful. It had been restored. It showed period items, and we got a really good feel for what, how people lived back then. It's definitely worth seeing. It was not crowded. There is a lot to see though, so you have to carve out a little amount of time for that. The best part of this was that there was a great place to eat lunch, and we had a great lunch and really had our first big day out in the countryside with food. So it was great. Great gift shop. A really good morning. We really enjoyed it. And now headed down to Cork.
We found another place. We pulled off here maybe, I'm not sure. But we actually found this place for another geocache. Okay, so the clue for this geocache is think outside the box. So we see a box. I'm kind of thinking that must be where it is. So let's go catch it. So there's nothing like finding hidden treasure on your trip to Ireland. Found another one. So this is the place that I was talking about. And here I guess would be the moat with all it's now full of ducks. I'm gonna kind of walk and just show you this, but there's pretty much, we've been on the road for about 2 hours between Dublin and Cork, and this kind of stuff is literally all over the place. Basically, you just pull over and stop and see it. Most of them, like this is $5 to go in and look around, but we kind of all decided we can just look at it from here because this is only our first day of 9, so we're figuring out we're going to have a lot of other stuff we can do. But anyway, it's very nice and very charming, and we're glad we're here. We've arrived at our place we're going to stay tonight in Cork, and it's the cutest little place. I'm going to try to get all this in. It's called Belvedere, and we just checked in, and I'll show you what the rooms look like. It looks like a really cute place, but it's a bed and breakfast, so we get breakfast in the morning. For dinner tonight, we are in Cork, in the center of town. We're going to do a little shopping first, and then find a good place to eat. Now, our problem is we had a lot of trouble finding a place to park. It was pretty bad. We rode around for a while. This is a very, very crowded town. We're actually on a street here, but the town itself is more like a New Orleans, which is what we're used to, and maybe even Memphis or something like that. Our first impression was not good, but hey, let you know a little bit. We've been walking around for a while, and lesson learned, you can't go to Cork on a Saturday night without a reservation somewhere. But we did find a pretty good place that's burgers and fries and stuff, so we're trying that. So I think that'll work, but just if you're going to go to Cork on a Saturday night, get a reservation in a restaurant.
Dinner in Cork turned out to be a really, really nice experience. we met up with a guy that my husband had actually gone to junior high and high school with, that's living in Ireland now. So that was really nice, and he gave us a lot of good information about what to do the next day in Cork. We walked around a little bit, and we actually enjoyed seeing Cork a little bit better after people kind of cleared out. So it was really a nice experience. Now we go back to our bed and breakfast, and we get ready to head down to the Ring of Kerry.
So this morning we woke up in our bed and breakfast, and this is what breakfast looks like in Ireland. Not too shabby. A good time was had by all at the Belvedere Inn. We're checking out this morning. We're gonna go head out for a couple of sites, the Blarney Castle and the bells at St. Anne's Cathedral. Shandon Bells, my sister and I have been wanting to do that ever since we planned this trip. So more to come today. Day 3, I guess, day 3 of Ireland. It is Sunday morning here in Ireland, and on our destination list today is Blarney Castle, and we are here, and we are the first people here at 9:15. It opens at 9, so we have the castle and the Blarney Stone all to ourselves today. Yay! The entrance to Blarney is the garden, and it's really pretty. It's a little dewy this morning, but it's, you know, it's really pretty. Got a lot of stuff. And then you can see in the background the castle, so we're really looking forward to that. That looks like a really fun thing to do, especially with nobody here but us. Okay, Blarney Castle, just read up on it. It was built, this particular one was built, there have been 3 foundations on this site. The earliest one was like the 1st century. This one was built around the 15th century, and we are about to go up that thing and take a picture from the top. See you in a minute. Okay, we're in. Going up, I think it said 90-something steps. Pretty much exactly what you'd think the inside of a castle looks like. Not a lot of, you know, fixed up stuff. Just a bunch of steps. Super cool. Bunch of turns. Bunch of little windows. Cool. Did you do that? Was it scary? Okay, so we're at the top of this thing, and you know, I gotta say, this is scary. If you are afraid of heights in any way, shape, or form, you're not gonna want to do this. And that stone thing, unless you're just absolutely crazy, you're not gonna do it. But I do know people that have done it, and they are absolutely crazy. So, anyway, little small trappings all over, like this one right here. I mean, you could literally fall off this thing. So, I know we're from Mississippi, and we would climb to the top of Bryant-Denny Stadium, but we wouldn't kiss it. So if you visit Ireland, this is definitely worth coming to see. Even if you just climb and don't kiss, or climb and kiss, or just stand outside and look, it's definitely worth seeing. Now we're off to the gardens, and I'll give you some shots of that. But don't miss. It's something that you can say you did. It's a beautiful day, by the way, here in right outside of Cork. It's probably about the 60s or so, and not a drop of rain yet, but we're sure that it will come. But it's been a great day so far. Moral of the story, Sunday morning, get to your sites as early as possible, and there will be absolutely no wait and no line. So here we go. Our next stop on day 3 is St. Anne's Cathedral, where Naomi and I are going to go in and ring the bells, the Shandon Bells. We found that somewhere on YouTube and thought it looked cool. And since we both play the piano, we thought it'd be kind of fun for the citizens of Ireland to hear what we come up with. More to come. We are walking up the steps. This is like a 3-story church. So the first floor is where the bells are, and then the top floor is, you know, where the scenery is. We have to wear headphones because it is so loud, and you're going to hear our team. Go JoJo. First problem is for 2 musicians is this is not the scale. So we don't know what the notes are. So we have to figure out, we're going to make up a song. We're going to play something by Elvis because we're from Mississippi, but we got to figure out what note is what, and then we can figure it out and get it.
much enjoyed St. Anne's. I played Love Me Tender and When the Saints Come Marching In. As you can see behind me is this beautiful little church. It's actually Anglican and Episcopal, and that stained glass up there that you see is actually one that's in my home church back in Jackson, Mississippi. It's a really cool place, and I'm so glad that we did this.
Continuing our geocaching fun for the week, my sister climbed up to the tower, and one of the geocaches was located there. So she's showing you here. What you had to do is you had to go up there, you had to post a picture of yourself with your name in front of it and post it to the geocache app. And there's one from Alabama, USA. Cool.
You know what they say, when you're hungry, and we were hungry, and we found a little place on the interstate, and we pulled over, and it turned out to be a gold mine.
Okay, so we're on our way to see a lighthouse in a little town called Baltimore. So we kind of took a wrong turn. Not really sure where we are, but the GPS is kind of helping us. But we're kind of glad we're off the beaten path because this is absolutely gorgeous. This is the island that we came to see, the one that you would only get to if you knew somebody or if you were lost.
Yeah, it's very obvious.
So this is what it looks like on a country road, rural route. You know.
Oh, well, there's one up there that's
Check
not
it out.
open.
So this
Oh,
is
yeah, I see it.
literally grass growing up between the two lanes, but the views are fantastic, fabulous. There's one coming up right here. Oh, and a guy on a bike. So we're not the only people out here today, but this is just absolutely magnificent. Isn't that gorgeous? But this is what you can expect in rural Ireland if you can find it. Here's a little town we found, and isn't this cute, quaint? All the different colors. And there's a coffee shop, which I think is what we're about to do, is go to that coffee shop.
While on the way to Baltimore to see the beacon, we found this like super cool coffee shop, tea shop, whatever, and it's really really fun. It also has a grocery store in it, so this is really a nice little find on the way. We probably wouldn't have found it if we wouldn't have gotten lost, but it's just some really good stuff in here. People are really, really nice, and I think if you can find a little place like this, I think you'd be really experience the Irish culture, and there are a lot of people here that are just speaking Gaelic. So cool. So you want some fresh flowers? No problem. They got them right here on the street, along with tons of other just like cute. So right here is the Atlantic Ocean. We are at the bottom of the island in Baltimore, about to go see the beacon, which is a lighthouse. Okay, so we're at the beacon in Baltimore, and we have started our hike up. I don't know how far it is, but I don't know how long it's going to take. But this is something that you really would have to know about to be able to even come here. And I'll post some notes about it. Somebody who actually lives here told us about it. He's an avid outdoorsman, and we are too. So we wanted to make sure that we got our hiking. So on day 3, we are hiking to the top of a little peak in Baltimore that you can see overlooks the beautiful ocean.
When we got to the top of our hike, we found the beacon, which is a structure on the top, very top of the cliffs. Absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking views, quite a find. And we even found a geocache up there. Surprise. So it was a wonderful, wonderful experience, and we're really glad we did it, the whole family.
So we're wrapping up day 3, dinner at our bed and breakfast, and this is pretty amazing. Everybody is having a great time, and this was a good day, a great meal, and now we'll probably get some great sleep. Here's some duck, and look forward to sharing with what we do tomorrow, which is going to be the Ring of Kerry for the next day and a half or so, and we'll let you know what happens there.
No day is complete without a selfie or 2 or 10 or 20. That wraps up part 1 of our trip in our videos. So join us for part 2 as we head up to Kilkenny, go through the Ring of Kerry, up through Limerick, Galway, and back over to Dublin. If you enjoyed the music on this video, check it out below at the link below at emeraldaccent.com, and we'll see you in part 2.